Alright, I'm back again. I've decided I'm going to show you a quick strategy of what I try and do as I'm running out. And I also forgot to mention I use bowls of meat and winter vegetable stew as my food. The only reason I use this instead of Orient truffle and meat stew, I think is what it's called. Just type Orient truffle, you'll find it. This is basically worse. The level 80 version of this gear has... Oh, enemy? Enemy? Aw, boring. The level 80 version of this food has a 100% chance to gain might and 40% to your endurance refill rate, but those cost 2 silver each and these cost 7 copper each. So I mostly use these because they're cheap once I don't need money anymore, which actually isn't as far off as I like to think, but once I reach that point, it's gonna be good. The reason I came over here is that I was looking for the veteran warg. It's one of the events that kind of pops up that you can actually complete for karma and experience. Most of the veterans you can't, but well, you can with these. Moving on, typically I sort of clear the flags over here, or if I spawn here, I'll come over here. There's another event over here. It's the Veteran Harpy. You can kill her and get again, I think it's 13,000 experience and a bunch of karma and 2 silver. So it's just free silver. Takes about 30 seconds. This one's the hardest. The Veteran Warg down here is the second hardest, and the easiest one is up in here. It's the Veteran Iceworm. And then usually I'll try and break across the center of the map here, and this has a couple of points, one of which is that the pearls along here specifically are simply more abundant, and so while I'm moving across the map I tend to sort of stockpile pearls. That way if I need to just run up real fast and ninja cap the power nodes, I can. It takes 15 pearls to do that, so don't try it unless you have 15, otherwise you'll look silly. Oh, don't throw your net at me, crate. Sometimes the crate troll you. There's nothing you can do about it, so consider it a fact of life. Oh, I never discussed my skills, did I? Well, that's okay. I'll do a demonstration in battle, I suppose. Not with these crate, though. Crate, there's no point. Although actually, it's probably worth mentioning if you want to farm gold, the crate are pretty good at farming gold. Specifically that big cluster of crate over there. And also that one, the roaming group of 4. You can basically farm them forever and make tons of money for nothing. Benefit of pearl farming is right here, where you just plow through. This is probably one of the fastest events. It probably takes about as long as Harpy actually, but it's completely risk-free unless you can't tank the crates for like 30 seconds, which means you're terrible and quit. But up we come out of the water, and the main reason I like to come over here is that I tend to find fights in this direction. Oh, they took that place. That's too bad. As I wander around the world, I keep looking for the enemy because they always want to come. Yeah, that one's gone. Unfortunately, when they're that close, I can handle the other 2 guards, but I can't handle, like, the zerg of guards I would get near the keep. So I'm just going to stay away from them. No point in that. Come over to this guard instead. Usually you want to evade their first attack. It's either going to be bolus or that charge thing that knocks you on your ass. It's super annoying. And with these guys, the timing is really simple. Basically, as soon as you finish, just do it again. You'll interrupt their first attack and evade their second attack. If you time it right, you can also cancel their third attack. Just be careful when they get low because they heal themselves. And you want to make sure you have enough initiative to interrupt them with Pistol Whip when they try and do that. That way you don't have to deal an extra 7,000 or 8,000 damage, which isn't too bad, it's just a waste of your time. It's probably worth mentioning also, I'm in Sanctum of Rawl, and at the moment it's a total stomp down. Yeah, we've got plus 515. Look at this bar up here. It's madness. 3 orbs. So I'm a little bit... Actually, I'm significantly, honestly, I'm significantly tougher in this state than I am normally. But even so, this build is designed to be pretty survivable. And it does that pretty well, I think. Coming this way... Oh, look at all these Dolyaks. Let's go kill them. Yeah, killing Dolyaks, if you can't find players and you still need stuff like I do, can be a pretty effective way of farming karma, money, experience if you're low level. World versus World, by the way, as nearly as I can tell, is the fastest way to level in the game. Doing this, you can just make stupendous amounts of bonus cash off of the events, and especially the karma's pretty good too. Is that friendly or enemy? I don't know what that was. Oh, somebody has a misfire wolf. Good for them. Collector's edition and all that shit. Let's see if this guy wants to take a camp. Don't be afraid to conscript people near you. You know, feel free to communicate with them, because usually they're pretty conducive to doing anything that's good for them. You know, personal incentives and all that. Let's see. It's like we got a veteran guard out of here. I should have taken Scorpion Wire. While I'm just killing NPCs with no effort, basically, I'll talk about some of my skill decisions. First off, I've got the Signet there, Signet of Malice? No, Signet of Shadows. It gives you increased run speed. Run speed is extraordinarily powerful in this game. Basically, nobody can keep up with the Thief because we get the 25% run speed. Everybody else gets 10%, I think, from their Signet that gives them run speed. So, super easy. Helps a lot. You never actually activate the Signet because it's terrible. Blind, in my opinion, is one of the worst skills in the game. Although, you can use it to great effect for one thing and one thing only. That's soloing camps if it really comes to it. I don't usually have to do that, but it's something that's an option, so I won't exclude it completely. But you'd rather be running faster, I promise. Every time. There's never any good reason to choose to do anything but running faster than, you know, blinding somebody once. It's pretty rare. I guess you could blind people who are downed, and that can be pretty good, but you can usually just do that with black powder, and odds are you won't time it properly anyways, because I need to position slightly so I hit this thing, because this thing will interrupt cap, I think. Oh, it doesn't. Cool. But it's hard to time for people's downed abilities to interrupt them from knocking you down like a Guardian does or all that stuff. So, like I said, just leave that on and you'll be good. Shadow Return is amazing. I haven't had to use it yet because I haven't even seen anybody. Darkhaven does not really like to come play with Sanctum of Raw. To be fair, they have terrible players, so... Although, it's worth mentioning, right, Saros Furnace is doing worse than them. I think the fights I get from Saros Furnace players are usually better, but Darkhaven is more organized, and by that I mean they zerg up a lot more, so it's harder to just roll over them if they feel like keeping their one castle. Which, well, yeah, I say that, and these guys are worse off, but I don't know. It's all anecdotal, really. I guess I'll go through jumps really quickly since I haven't done it since they reset the servers. If you really want to see jumps, I guess I can show it. Or you know what, I'll just show it and make a second episode of it, so back in a sec. Oh, just kidding, I found someone. He's a ranger, so he's probably dead. Because I have never had problems with any ranger So let's just get straight to it, shall we? Oh, he's trying to knock me off, you see? See what he's trying there? But steal in the middle of it, because he's probably going to heal soon. That'll just make his heal awful. And invis. This way he can't knock me down. Oh, well, or his pet could just bullshit me. Why does he have 2 pets? How does that work? Alright, so that's how you kill somebody. You literally just pistol whip them to death. But it takes more finesse than that usually. That guy's just bad. Anyways, let's record some jumps. Oh, I found a fight. It's a ranger. It's always a ranger. Okay. And now he has problems. He is probably about out of special attacks at this point. Try not to miss with that. Oh, I fail horribly today. It's slightly lower FPS when recording, so I don't know if that's an acceptable excuse, but it's the truth. Here's another compelling argument, by the way. Most people will literally just keep attacking you while you're spinning, even though you reflect projectiles. And they notice towards the end that they're killing themselves sometimes. Yeah, I wanted to do a quick experiment here. So he should try and knock me down right there, but he missed because he was blinded. So, yep, that's 1v1 versus a Lobi Ranger. Keep in mind that character wasn't 80, so I had a tremendous advantage in terms of just my base stats. My traits are maxed. I'm guaranteed to have better gear than he did. And that does matter. Even though it scales you up to 80, it also scales your gear to 80. Actually, I'm not even sure that it does that. It might just scale your gear to whatever level your gear is. So I had a tremendous advantage in that fight. But I'm going to head over to Harpy now, and I'll meet you there unless I find somebody else. Probably worth mentioning, whenever I say I'm heading somewhere, I'm likely going to kill every flag I see on the way. I'm going to... Oh, glancing blows. I'm going to try and... Oh, he's healing. No! Ha, got him. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You don't want them to get that heal off. It's really quite frustrating. So save your initiative, kids. But I'm going to kill every flag that I can. I'll probably show all of my... Yeah, see, now I have to do this a lot longer. Thousands more HP. And here's a bug. You can just... There's no capture zone. I don't know why. It's probably in the floor somewhere. But I'm likely going to kill all of those, any Dolyaks, stuff like that. So just keep that in mind in case I teleport around the battlefield whimsically. Alright, and here's where the Harpy is. You can see this camp, and she's right up there. Again, right over here. To beat her, you can do it with this, but there's really no reason. It's just going to take longer. Like I said, she's far and away harder than the other two. Don't know why there's such a tremendous gap in the difficulty, but oh well. Just make sure your thieves are out before you steal from her, so that they can benefit from Fury Might and Swiftness. It's not a big buff to them, but it's damage, and I screwed up a little bit there, but that's okay. Go invis. The only thing that makes sense to steal feathers from is the frickin' Harpy. Yeah, that is one grievance I have with PvE thieves stealing. Why do you always steal freaking feathers or that engineer sludge ball thing? That just trolls me to death. But anyways, at this point I'm gonna head up and solo Foghaven, hopefully. Soloing camps can be a bit tricky. The main problem is that it takes a lot of time when I have to DPS it all myself and I'm getting chain blinded by those damn... Oh, what are they called? The veteran scouts. They do the same, they do this stuff just like I do, except their initiative is much slower and their AI script doesn't make them use it as often. But, well, that's okay. Anyways, I'll just show you. Hell, I'm pretty much there. And I also found a guy. What's up, Warrior Chan? Yeah, he's not long for this world. Warriors tend to try to 100 blades you just like that, but now he has nothing, so he's just gonna die. And by the way, the steal from the warrior is the best in the game, so feel free to totally abuse it. And he went ahead and knocked me down before I started channeling, so yeah. That's how you deal with warriors. Probably worth mentioning, this guy actually was 80. Yeah. The main thing to watch out for with warriors is getting knocked down or otherwise immobilized and then having them do 100 blades to you. If they're DPS spec, you're dead. If this is down and this is down, you're dead. No questions. You will not survive. You are nothing to them. Oh, good on you if you got that reference. But yeah, warriors suck. Actually, they're really not a bad class. They're just difficult to play. I run with a very, very good warrior, but I might fraps us running around sometime. For now, I'm just gonna try and kill the Dolyak. Gonna get trolled to death by these freaking veteran scouts. This is the side of the camp that you want to be on, though, when you choose to do it. I'll show you why momentarily. But for now, maybe we can kill a Dolyak. Come on, you know you want to. Alright, now, run away, change our skills back, because I literally only use that for Harpy. Here's a Guardian. Unfortunately, I've not had much luck killing Guardians. The main problem I have is that most of them I only hit for a little bit. The ones that I hit for relevant amounts of damage, well, they're few and far between, let's put it like that. And if they have a great sword, they do quite a bit of damage, actually. This one does not have a great sword and is trying to play the ranged game with me, though. Hey, I've got an idea. Let's test it out right now.
I can't see it.
Oh, it does work. Awesome. Yeah, I've been getting trolled by that bubble for ages. So that's, like I said, one of the best uses of black powder is killing a down target. But, the Dolyak, come on, game. Don't be this way. But to kill this camp is a pretty straightforward endeavor. Bring them all over here, and then you attack them. While black powder is up. And watch their buff icons. That's the key. That's how you're going to survive this. When they are blinded, you're okay. Oh god. Oh, this warrior's back for round 2, huh? Alright. Well, first things first, this is not the engagement you fight in. You don't want to fight him over here. Oh, come on. 2 of you? Okay. This is an example of when you run. We don't have enough HP to fight this engagement. So we take advantage of being the highest mobility class in the game by far. And we just get out. And if they chase you, then you'll notice I'm now at full HP, the fight is over, and I can continue along my merry way. Get a free shot in there. And just try and kill this thing as quickly as I can. You'll notice that they didn't even try and chase me. Oh, here we go again. Okay. Mr. Greatsword. This time, though, I'm actually ready for you guys, and I'll survive. Oh boy. Probably. Unfortunately, I didn't get to interrupt his heal, but that's okay. I might be invisible. Yeah, I'm invisible. They probably think I'm gone, but I'm not. This is what I was talking about, by the way. I said Shadow Refuge is your friend. Yeah. And unfortunately, I can't 3v1 80s. Sub 80s usually. I probably could have 2v2'd these guys, but the Ranger was just too much. That's okay, though. That's typically how running solo goes. You know, you'll have a good fight, you kill a couple people, and then you'll be in the middle of a fight and somebody will just attack you at the wrong time and you blow up instantly. I might have still been able to get out of that fight. I didn't use Dagger Storm. It was off cooldown. I was looking at it. Oh my god. What is Saurus Furnace doing? They decided to come kick our ass since we're like fully occupied in Eternal Battlegrounds. Wow. Well, that's cool. Nice to see there's some action going on. But, yep. I'll meet you back at another engagement. Alright. We're going back out. I just wanted to touch briefly. I reviewed some of the footage just to see. This is another thing I like Fraps for, by the way. I can review to see what I did wrong. I could, in fact, have activated this and probably... I don't know if it would have guaranteed that I could get out of that situation with the Ranger add-on at the end there, but it would have made a pretty compelling case. It would have been close. Also, Shadow Return was on cooldown. It's only 40 seconds, and a lot of my fights last longer than 40 seconds, so that was a bit of a blunder, but it's not too bad. It's just annoying. Oh, what else? Yeah, that's about it. I did about as well as I could in 3v1. Or certainly as well as could be expected. I'm probably going to get flamed for being overpowered or some shit, but I don't think the Thief is that overpowered. I'll say a couple classes specifically do need some work. Specifically, at least in my experience, Rangers are useless. I don't know anybody that I run with that cares about Rangers at all. Everyone can solo them, so they probably need to do something about that. I don't know what that is, but something needs to change there. Engineers, I see a lot of terrible engineers, but I've lost a considerable number of duels to shield pistol engineers. They're, I don't know, part of the problem is I don't see a lot of engineers, so shield pistol engineers are rare, and it's hard to get combat experience against them. As combat experience improves, your ability to fight people improves. Necros used to be unbeatable for me. Now I'm about 70% against them. I still lose the duels occasionally, but usually not. Who else? No, that's about it. Rangers and engineers. But like I said, I'm not fully convinced that either of them is... Well, no, I actually believe that Ranger is really weak. Elementalists, I don't see a lot of Elementalists, but I've never had a problem killing them, so maybe Elementalists too. In terms of the strongest classes, probably... I'm going to say probably in no particular order, Thief, Warrior, Mesmer, and everybody else is somewhere in between, with a special mention to Guardians usually being unkillable. That one I got earlier was the exception to the rule. He was using some whacked-ass ranged weapon build, and if you're a Guardian, I recommend against it because I don't see them do anything ever with... I think is that a scepter? Whatever that little dinky ranged weapon is, it's not a threat to... Certainly not to thieves, but I've never seen it be a threat to anyone, so... Just keep that in mind. One other thing I forgot to mention also with Dagger Storm, for whatever reason, everybody uses ranged weapons in World vs. World, and I mean like everybody. People love the ranged weapons for some reason. So, there's no point in going that way. I guess I'll go through Lake. Yeah, oh my god, do they really control 100% of the zone? Oh, the Zerg's slacking, but this is good for me. Usually when you're running solo, believe it or not, you don't want your server to be in control. Looks like the pearls haven't respawned for me yet. But you don't want your server to be in control. And the main reason for that is that when the enemy server is dominating a region, what'll start to happen is people won't want to come here because their incentives are reduced, right? Like if you're a green defender, what do here, right? You wait for somebody to attack and then you have to go respond. Or you run a circuit between Warg, Worm, and Harpy, and that's boring as all fuck. So, you know, in this kind of environment, there aren't going to be a lot of green. There might be reds around, but the greens that are here aren't going to be doing squat, so they're probably going to come, like, try and retake their... Oh, it's always title blue keep. I think this is theirs, yeah. They're going to try and retake their Eternal Battlegrounds, or they might try make a play in Darkhaven or in our border grounds. All that would be folly, I think, for them. But in any event, this is kind of dull, but I do tend to kill the power nodes, mostly to troll, but also because this power node is preventing me from, like, if I wanted to capture Redwater Lowlands as an example, I can't do it because there are quaking out the ass there, and the particle effects cause massive lag while Fraps is running, so I apologize for that. Actually, they cause a massive frame drop. There's no lag at all to speak of since release, pretty much. I'll show you how to take the camp solo after I'm done with this node, probably. So I can just wait around. Oh, and you know, while I'm punching this thing to death, let's talk about underwater combat. So I pretty much refuse to engage in underwater combat. The main thing that I do is I will shoot them with disabling shot 3 or 4 times in a row, stack about 20 seconds of crippled on them, and then just leave. If they follow me onto land, I'll kill them because they have 20 seconds of cripple and they can't do anything about it. Also, keep in mind, if somebody's chasing you from here, you can get off the water and start shooting down into them, and that's pretty good. Oh, well, look at what I found. Another fucking ranger. Alright, buddy. Aha! This is the best ranger ability in the game, and it's still subpar. It's super easy to get out of that thing for some reason. I don't know why, but it is. Oh wow, really? My shadow return went away right then? Really, guys? But, yep, there's just another compelling argument for Shadow Step. Hey, this guy's actually, like, surviving, kind of. Good for him. But, as you can see, people like to run away. Don't let them. Do not let them get to the water or you're screwed. Yeah, like, I'm never gonna kill this guy at this point. Rangers are very powerful in the water, though. I'll say they've got that going for them. Where did he go? He went up. And all of my poisons missed. See, and now the stupid starts. He's going to sit at the top up there and basically just bullshit me to death because I have no way of finishing him. So I tend to do this, and if he's smart, he'll just swim away, but most people don't understand how underwater works. When they're in this state, they're slower though, so just stab them and you do a lot more damage. Oh, come on. That's another thing I hate. I can't use about 1/3 of my skills because they just don't work. And with no way to finish them, I'm literally stuck doing this until he dies. So, I guess that's underwater combat, and I hate it. What happened here? Did they cap it? Did I cap it? I might have capped it. I was in here long enough, and it's a shared kind of timer. Oh, but if I capped it, why are the guards attacking me? Nah, they must have capped it. That pisses me off. Also pissing me off is my inability to attack this thing. So, how bizarre. But yeah, with regards to underwater combat, I'll say Rangers are pretty good. That guy got the raw deal because that wasn't really underwater combat. That was overwater combat bleeding into the water. And I even got a few cheap shots off with my short bow. So, my best advice is fighting underwater has no real merit. And as far as I can tell, nobody can stop you, so just leave and go to land if it's 1v1. And if they don't follow you, then just continue on your merry way. If they do follow you, then, well, whatever you gotta do, you gotta do. You'll notice I have Signet of Shadows here too. It's even more important in the water because, like I said, nobody can keep up with you. I also used the crowd control venoms, Devourer Venom and Ice Drake Venom. 3 seconds of Chilled, 2 seconds of Immobilize. I tend to try and stagger them. I use Basilisk Venom because I'm pretty sure it's still the only one I'm allowed to use. I would prefer Thieves Guild or Dagger Storm, or I don't even know what. Yeah, I would prefer a lot of other things though, honestly. Are there any? Like, I have a suspicion that even if I were to take Fern Mastiff or Druid Spirit, I wouldn't be able to summon them down here. So I'm not going to. But yeah, it's pretty annoying, to be honest. Anyways, I'm gonna take out this power node. I think I'm gonna take out the other power node too. And then I'll see what I want to do from there. Oh, here's something fun. Sometimes the crate appear to be attacking power nodes, but they don't do any damage. I tend to try and avoid hitting the crate while this is the case, on the off chance that somebody comes and pisses the crate off as they attempt to attack me. Doesn't usually work, but it never hurts to try. Also worth mentioning, when I started recording, I had about right above 1 gold, and I've already made about 30 silver, not including all of this garbage that's to be sold. Do not sell that. Power leveling in World vs. World is probably the best thing ever if you have a good party. Because if you've got 3 or 4 pretty good people, you can take a camp in about 3 minutes. That's just kind of a mid-range capture. If you monitor chat carefully, you can see, like, you know, if there was an attack on Dreadfall and you were in this, like, this general area, you could run over and quickly, you know, get a hit in on the boss in there. Come on, die already. Get a hit in on the boss in there and just get, like, I think the maximum tier. I've noticed that your event participation rewards are tiered, so capturing a Dolyak is the lowest tier. It only gives you like 3,300, I think, at level 80. And there go the veterans. Do not attack them when they're running away. Some people like to. I don't know why. But capturing a Dolyak gives the lowest at 3,000. Oh, look, it's a ranger. How much you want to bet he thinks he's going to win? Hey, buddy. How you doing? Anyways, capturing a guard post gives you kind of the middle tier. Oh, wow. That was some pretty severe... wow. Yeah. Like I said, not inspired by Rangers. But capturing that little flag over there gives you the next step up from 3,000. This will give you 3,300. That one gives you double that at 66 something. Capturing camps and also doing those veteran events, the Iceworm, the Harpy, and the Warg, gives you 13,000, so double the previous tier. And then capturing the minor fortifications, like Bluebriar or Red Lake in this case, gives you 2 times that. And then the final tier comes from capturing the 3 major citadels, which gives you, I believe, just over 56,000 at level 80. So if you can sneak into those and then sneak out and just get a bunch of free stuff, and you know, if the door's at 10%, stay and help, because you'll probably get badges and stuff anyways. But yeah, definitely worth doing. You know, it doesn't seem like a lot, but considering how long it takes, it's really not a big deal at all. That ranger heal doesn't seem to work like it used to. I seem to remember it doing a pretty significant heal right away, and then
Fast as the wind.
purging your conditions and all that jazz. Oh, I let him get away with it. No. But
I feel energized.
if you've got a good group that can run really well, especially Mesmers with their ground target speed buff, Guardians with theirs. Also, Guardians have the shout or whatever it is that gives you swiftness. I think it's called retreat. Warriors have something similar, although the warrior I team with is always miles ahead of everybody in the group. These things are all very, very good. And where on earth? Okay, we started recapping a little bit. That's good. Good to have at least some place to fall back to. But I don't know if you wanna harvest these things or not. I've heard the compelling argument that it helps with crafting and it doesn't take very long. Plus, you can sell the ingredients if you don't care, although these probably sell for diddly squat. Let's see if it's gonna sell your stuff. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Yeah, they've still got a little bit of work to do on this, I think. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so 28 copper. I mean, I guess it's free money. Probably, in fact, the most efficient form of money generation in the game is harvesting materials when they're available. Oh yeah, you can interrupt this guy when he's doing that. I think that's hilarious. Not allowed to go in the ground, bro. And I don't know what happened to my thing. I guess it got interrupted off of me or something. Infinite poison. Aw. Or you could move out of the combo field ethereal.
Oh, I'm freezing.
Yeah, I don't know. Ice Worm, probably the easiest because he doesn't consistently DPS you like the other two do. I don't know how soloable those two are before level 60 to 80. Probably depends on how ridiculously geared you've decided to make your character, but worth mentioning though is that this guy moves around a lot, and I've seen him continually move back into the mountainside, which is annoying for its own reasons. I've seen him through getting knocked by Guardians and Warriors, pulled by frickin' Mesmers. I've seen him over at the gate before, so just keep that in mind. Try and pay careful attention. This camp is probably the only one you can't solo very efficiently. You sort of can, but not really. To solo this camp, the main problem is that there's not a good spot that you can pull all of the guards to, so you'll end up tanking a lot more than you otherwise would have to. This is probably as good as it gets, where you're only fighting 3 things, and then you try and stack them. See. Problem is that one over there is gonna be hitting me this whole time. Oh, did I find a loophole? I did. And it looks pretty tenuous because it is. Any ads at this point would be death, so sometimes you just have to suck it up. And then hopefully you can time it so that it's in the middle of a Scrit or Centaur attack, and pull some of the guards off so you don't have to... Oh, give me a break, game. Seriously? Oh, I hate these guards. I hate that they heal. That's the thing that gives me the most trouble with them, I think. Other than that, it's mostly a cakewalk, honestly. Hey buddy. Attacking them while the Skritter here is definitely advised. you gain all the benefits of not having the tank with none of the downsides, plus they do damage, however marginal. Oh boy. And sometimes you get ads like this. It's not as good for this guy as he probably thinks it is, though, because he's sitting here trying to do range DPS, and I don't care. Oh boy. Channeling abilities troll you to death, but that's okay. The longest chill effect in the game. I don't know. Does that count as overpowered? What do you think? I'll trust your judgment on this, viewers. Oh, I don't have food either. Hopefully these guys don't knock me down. Oh god. Alright, this is an actual threat to me, but little does he know that I can disengage better than he can. Faster than he can heal, I will start healing. Now, just roll back, and now that I'm at full HP, he's completely dead. Doesn't stand any chance at all. Especially since I'm going to be able to get out of this situation and just finish him. And he has a buddy now, but looks like his buddy is not as good as my buddy. And here goes warrior invincibility mode, but he's still toast. Oh. Alright, and try not to forget to use black powder. I always forget to use black powder, because I'm like that. But, yep, as you can see, another nice thing about having players add on to you is that this guy will start trying to res them. And he will literally just sit here and try and res him sometimes if you, like, withdraw at all. So if you need a quick reprieve, you can just get one. And it works. Wow. Let's cheer with my teammates here. I don't know who these people are, but well, they certainly look badass. So, oh, come on, really? This is the first scout that I killed way back at the beginning of this engagement. It's finally respawned. But I think this is a good point to end the episode. It demonstrates a lot of concepts pretty clearly. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll try and answer them as I see them. And, yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Oh, and a quick note, even if you're running solo, don't be afraid to follow people around if you think they're good. Like, running around with this guy might get me into better fights than I would otherwise have. Keep in mind, though, when you run with multiple people, sometimes you'll scare off enemies that would have otherwise fought you. So, 2 people who are below 80 would almost certainly attack me solo. But me running with a warrior and with whatever that is, I think it's another thief. I couldn't click quickly enough. They probably won't attack you. So, you have to use trickery, you know, have one person standing around as bait, or another common tactic that I didn't demonstrate because I'm solo. When you capture a flag, you can throw a shadow refuge down, and sometimes people will come look at the flag to see why it's in capture state, and you can just jump them and kill them. So just a couple of extra strategies. Yeah, see you for real this time.